All right, gonna try this again. Make sure we're live. Hello out there, YouTube. It is D Dunn. I am the average gaming dad, and just want to make sure that we are in fact live before we continue. What is going on? Oh, are we live? Maybe. Oh boy, there goes the dog. Okay, finally. All right, apologies there for the delay, but it just wasn't showing that we were live on the YouTubes. We are live now. Here we are. Giants franchise rebuild, season number 4, about to begin. Let's take a look. We had kind of a lame draft, but as it turned out, um, it was just kind of a bad draft class. There was only one player in the entire draft that was an 80 plus overall. Our top draft pick was like a 74, 75. So definitely in like the upper part of the draft, but it wasn't great by any means. As you can see, all of our players are playing down because storylines are stupid. It said that if we go to left end, no right end. Yeah, it said that since we drafted Dakota Boss here, that there should be a what do you call it? Like a competition in training camp between these two to see who would start. That's kind of ridiculous. We have an 83 overall player who's been in the league for 2 years versus a rookie who is a 71 overall. There is not a competition, and I said so interview, and so naturally team morale went down across the board because I didn't say that the rookie would be challenging our 2-year veteran who's drastically better. So anyway, that's stupid. But I'm optimistic and I'm feeling really good about where we're at. We have Pat Hutchinson now entering his second year as a starter. He's up to an 88 overall. He was like an 80 overall heading into last season, so improved quite a bit. He started off really rough at the first half of last season and then became arguably, like statistically, one of the better QBs in the league. As it relates to the offseason, we signed Trey Lance and Luke McKee as our backup quarterbacks. Luke McKee's kind of interesting. He's kind of like Trey Lance, except for he's 4 years younger, about as athletic, but with a bigger arm and a lot more room to develop. So I thought these guys were interesting. Hopefully, it doesn't come down to that, but you never know injuries. Now, here's another big part. Joey Hawley. We got him in like the 5th-ish round of 2 years ago draft as a rookie. Turns out that he was like a 64 overall when we drafted him. Turns out he was a superstar X Factor player. He won running back of the year and offensive rookie of the year. And so now instead of starting him as a 64 overall, we're now starting him as an 89 overall running back who we know is a superstar X Factor. So obviously that's got to feel good, right? We still have Malik Neighbors. Darius Slayton's regressing, but we have Hyatt, we have Dorian Graham, and Cedric Reese, who are all young, dynamic, speedy wide receivers. We only have 5 on the roster, but I think that's okay. We also We still have Theo Johnson, who's proven to be a reliable target. And then we picked up Darnell Washington in free agency to kind of bolster our tight end room. Not quite as athletic, but solid enough. We drafted Duncan Sherman, and we have Cade Warner. So, couple guys in there. I don't know what happened to Adam Dunn. It's weird. Our line still looks good. We maintain Andrew Thomas. We maintain our superstar Warren Pritchett. We drafted a couple guards, Ty Whitaker and Parker Edgar, or just Whitaker. Where's the other? The other one's right guard. We have Ramirez, John Michael Schmitz Jr., and Zach Carmichael. Yeah, PJ Nichols was the other rookie. But Zach Carmichael is actually a right tackle that we then converted to right guard. He is more athletic, and he cannot pass block, but the reason why we went after these guys is because we want maulers on the inside to establish our run game, and he has he has speed, he has strength, and he is a good enough run blocker, good lead block, impact block, all of that. So feel good about that. We still maintain Evan Neal. So the line is still mostly there, with the exception of a new right guard. We still have Azeez Ojulari. We have Braxton McKinney, the rookie Dakota Boss, who might rotate in at times. We still got Sexy Dexy. And then we still maintain the core of our linebacking crew, Kayvon Thibodeau. We have Bobby Okereke, as well as Isaiah Simmons and Taylor Bowden, who we're working on upgrading. Star Dev, young player, speedy, pretty good in coverage. So he's still developing, but he's already, one of our better middle linebackers in terms of overall rating. We drafted Deacon Fields, who is athletic, is probably in the conversation for future starters, so we'll probably use him as a focus player as well, but probably won't start this year. And then, of course, we have our excellent, young, dynamic, athletic, all the acronym or all the adjectives, our top three corners, Stump Michael Carter II and Deontay Banks, that are lockdown man corners. We still maintain Tyler Newbin at free safety, and the now second-year player, Jawan Beasley, who is now an 83 overall and was really good for us last year. So that's the roster. Why did Adam Dunn show up as a tight? Oh, because he's on the practice squad. So yeah, all this to say, the roster has improved drastically from the start of last year. Hutchinson is vastly improved, cut down the turnovers at the end of last year, so I expect that to continue. And so with that, and with the title of this video, we are going to set the goal to make the playoffs. Chance of firing is medium, so this entire rebuild could come to an end if we don't make the playoffs. But we're an 87 overall team. I feel really good about where we're at, and I expect to win at least 10 games, hopefully more, and make the playoffs. We are going to continue using auto-generated rookies. And right off the rip, it says that AJ Stanton is going to go number 1. We know absolutely nothing about these guys, but hopefully we won't have to worry about it because we won't be picking anywhere near the top of the draft. So we will see. All right. We have a sidelight practice conversation here. The New York Giants training camp facility, practice field, whatever you want to say. Coach, going into the season, what area of the team is the strongest? I think our offense is good, pretty good. So now she's going to follow that up with, so what about your defense? Because that's what reporters do. We have the last 3 years been excellent against the run. The pass defense has been suspect at times. So for the 4th year in a row, we're going to answer the same questions. And I would like for our pass rush to be really dominant. We need our pass rush to be more effective. Sure. What would a successful season look like? As a team combined for 30 sacks or defensive ends combined for 20? I'm going to go as a team, we combine for 30 sacks. That's 5 players with 6 sacks. That seems really doable. Or 3 players with 10 sacks. However you want to divvy that up. I think 30 sacks as a total for the entire team is doable. I think we hit that last year. I think we can do that again. All right, now we have to go through the whole rigmarole of doing all of our scouts. So naturally, we start by firing everyone because they likely do not align to our needs and our areas of expertise. We did change, I think, last season we made it so that corners were not as good in the draft process, just because it was kind of ridiculous, like the elite level of corners every year. So anyway, so we have to assign scouts. National scout. Linebacker could definitely be a place that we look for, and I don't really think we need to go defensive end again, but I'm right outside backer is technically a position of need, and that's nationally. Okay, so right outside linebacker, left end, and wide receiver. Okay, so let's find a national scout that is a 3-star and profiles with outside linebacker and something else. Outside linebacker, offensive tackle, maybe. Offensive linebacker, safety. Outside linebacker, defensive end. That would cover the 2 strongest parts of the class. But I would not be opposed. I'm always looking to improve our offensive line, make sure we have guys set up well for the future. I'm really annoyed, and I will always mention this until it gets fixed, that you cannot use offensive linemen in your focus player drills. It just is literally broken right now. It's so frustrating because there's like no other way to really upgrade your line. So we will look for our future offensive tackle of the future. All right, so that will be our national scout. And then do I have to assign him as well? Yes. All right, so he will be our national scout. In the West, we have quarterback, left end, and running back. Okay, none of those are a position of need. So let's try to find. Let's go. Let's go defensive end and offensive tackle again. So that's one of the strengths of that area, and he will be in the West. Okay. Central, left tackle, wide receiver, right defensive end. Okay. I'm okay with going with offensive tackle again. This might just be a year where we go offensive tackle and defensive end. So there we go. Defensive end, of course, not a position of need, but never a bad thing to have depth. All right. In the Northeast, we have defensive tackle, wide receiver, and quarterback. Okay. Defensive tackle would be nice because Sexy Dexy won't last forever. We don't have a lot of depth behind him. So Northeast, we're looking for a defensive tackle, an outside linebacker, defensive tackle, No one with defensive tackle. So far, I think I've seen one defensive tackle, offensive tackle. I feel like we have a lot in that realm. D tackle, D end. Let's go D tackle, interior offensive line. That was the Northeast. Okay. Oh, although interior line is actually a weakness of the class. So let's actually change that. Oh wait, Northeast. Yeah. All right, so let's actually change that. So we'll go defensive tackle and what? And I guess defensive end. And that will be our Northeast scout. And then in the Southeast, we have wide receiver, right outside linebacker, and left end. I don't know if I can find wide receiver, outside backer, but that's what I would go with. All right, so let's manage scouts. Wide receiver, tight end. Wide receiver, QB. Wide receiver, corner. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's go wide receiver, corner. And that will be our Southeast scout. All right, so all of our scouts are now aligned to their regions. All right, and now we have our weekly strategy. We should have a bunch of upgrades to do from training camp. We'll do what we did last year, which was contain QB scramble and blitz counter. Those seem to be the most effective. And then, let's see. Yeah, I still trying to think. Is there anyone else besides Hutchinson that I would like? I don't think so. I guess we could upgrade the kicker. Let's actually go, let's work on Cedric Reese. All right. So I know this part takes a while, but you know, in my head, in the future, maybe enough people are watching. This is where we get to chat all together about football, about life. So if you're watching this and it's not live, try and step by when we're live. We can chit chat while I'm just running drills Looking to get these guys improved. And if you are watching, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you and your time. All right, there is gold for Graham, the rookie. He actually could end up being one of our best draft picks. I think he was second round, third. No, see, yeah. So we had a top 10 pick. We ended up trading down from like 7 all the way down to 31st. And we ended up picking up a wide receiver. He's incredibly fast. He's really athletic. We just have to work on those route running skills. We're going to have Malik Neighbors for a long time as an elite upper echelon receiver. And so, in my mind, we need to find those guys that can work the short and intermediary parts of the field because they have speed. I feel like deep route running doesn't do a lot as long as you're just fast. The only thing is, what is it called? Release, like when you're getting jammed one-on-one on the line. That helps out a lot. But deep route running is not a concern. So for me, it's just about getting these guys to be route runners more than anything and be able to work themselves open. Because right now, that is something that we're kind of lacking. Is that, wide receivers that can work themselves open as opposed to just having them run drags and using their speed to get open. As opposed to their route running ability. All right. There's Silver. Probably need to wait on that just to make sure that we're in the in the 400 marker. There's gold though. Also, of course, with every practice rep we do, every drill, we have the opportunity to get these guys to move up a dev trait. So it doesn't hurt to have guys in here that are normal development. Yes, it will take them longer to develop, but every time we run a drill, we have a chance to make them a star, superstar X Factor. We've had 2 or 3 already so far. That have upgraded their dev traits through drills. So if we can get 1 or 2 a season, it can go a long way for the development of a young player. That was also something I did, was I changed the sliders a little bit on the progression of players and the amount of XP they get. So offensive linemen, and I may turn this down once they fix the bugged focus player drills for offensive linemen. But as of right now, since I can't do that, I have offensive linemen turned up 30% on the XP that they earn. And then I have for all players, it is a linear growth from 20, I think, to like 25, 26. So the younger you are, the faster you will develop. Because unless you have a focus player or someone that just has like an absolutely like NFL record breaking year, I just don't see rookies developing fast, especially offensive linemen, defensive linemen. I mean, even our corners are only a few skill points higher after 2 to 3 years in the league, and um, they've been really good. I mean, definitely not exceptional. Like the first couple of years were bad, but these are guys that are getting 5, 6, 7 or more interceptions, pass deflections a year. I mean, Deontay Banks, we had him as our slot corner last year. He had like 10 TFLs and like 2 sacks and like and a few picks as a corner. That's an insane year in the NFL, and it doesn't do anything for their development. So I did make those changes on the sliders. I think it's going to make things better. Um, so anyway, there's all that. Our weekly drills. Let's try and get 2 pass touchdowns. Let's try to allow less than 30 points. I think we can easily get 300 offensive yards. And can we win the turnover battle? That's always a goal. Now, I don't think we have any crazy injuries pending from training camp. Quad strain for Sherman. So one of our tight ends is going to be out for probably just a week. And then defensively, so far nothing. This takes way too long to scroll through. There we go. No injuries defensively. We're almost there. We're almost to the first game. Let's do our player upgrades here. Do we continue to go strong arm? I think so. We might as well just max that out. That is the scheme fit after all. So that will give him the most amount of XP as possible. I was kind of hoping he would go up to Superstar Dev last year, but hopefully if we can limit the interceptions this year, he'll be able to progress a lot faster. Taylor Bowden is definitely a linebacker that we're looking to start pretty soon. Up to an 80 overall, which is really, really nice. Let's take a look at his ratings. So 90 speed, 72 block shed, still needs improvement, but 82 zone and 69, nice. Man is pretty good for a linebacker. I think we just continue to focus on that. I think he'll be a big impact player for us. All right, the rookie. Now, like I said, the big thing is getting these guys route running. So even though deep threat is the scheme fit, I want to go slot. He is already up to a 75 overall. +3 medium route running, catch and traffic, awareness, all of those really, really good. The backups. Oh, Malik, what? Up to a 96 overall. That's down one. So he's actually a 97 overall. Superstar X Factor. 74 short route running. Everything else is amazing. All right. That's what happens, I guess, when you invest all your points into deep threat. Here's now the second-year man, Joey Hawley. Absolutely insane. He went from a 64 overall to a 90 overall in the span of 1 year. That is kind of baffling. Wow, lots of upgrades here. And he gets an ability slot. All right, so we have goal line stuff, reach elite, inside stuff. Um, I like this Stonewall. Defenders with this ability will frequently prevent additional yardage gains while tackling. That sounds good to me. Right. Evan Neal with a rare upgrade. This is what I'm talking about. Offensive linemen just do not get upgrades. We really need the power aspect of his game to come up, so we'll invest our rare point into there. Like, he's been playing. We've had a really good offense the last 3 years, and our offensive line has progressed very little out of that. So that's kind of the impetus for the slider changes that I was talking about. And it looks like it's paying dividends. You know, we've already seen two offensive line upgrades. All right. Okay, I guess we'll go power rusher, Dakota Boss. That's what he's already good at. And then I think, let's see, we'll do Cedric Reese because I very specifically want to upgrade slot. And the rest we will auto upgrade. All right, so we're finally there. Let's hop into our first game of season number 4, facing off against the Bucks. I wonder who's playing quarterback for the Bucks these days. Looks like maybe it's a Wembley, whoever that is. I'm sure we'll see it when we come out, but we are going to start with the ball first. Actually, should probably have checked the depth chart first. All right, we'll check it after we get this kick return in. Get the ball up to the 28-yard line. There's our young stud, Pat Hutchinson. All right, just to make sure we got everyone in the right spot where we want them. Naturally, we want the kicker to be our backup as opposed to our 2 QBs. This is why. Probably we want a tight end in at fullback. Neighbors, Slayton. We might actually put, I think it's time. We're going to put, Graham actually. I think it's time to let the young guys shine a little bit. We're going to drop Slayton on the depth chart quite a bit. I'm sorry, buddy. You were really good for us for some time. But now it's time for the young guns to take over. Do we do Carmichael? Yeah, I think we start with the young gun. Yeah, we'll give him the opportunity. None of this makes any sense. Why do we have our right end starting at left end and our left end starting at... Oh, this game just does not make sense sometimes. But we'll use the rookie Boss as our backup. Okay, oh, that's fine. Thibodeau. Okay. Yeah. I'm actually going to have Simmons and Bowden still be inside, and where's he at? Bowden is going to be our starting right outside linebacker. Okay. Corner, Carter, Stump, Banks, safety, Newbin, Beasley, and then hopefully I remember to do this after as well, so I don't have to do this before the next game. Slot wide receiver. Yeah, I guess it'll be Hyatt for now. No. It'll still be Neighbors. Rushing left end, Ojolari. Rushing right end, McKinney. Rushing D tackle. Sub linebacker is going to be... Bowden. Slot corner is still Banks. All right. Apologies for all that. But we had some stuff change, so... And let's start with what we wanted to be kind of our identity last year, what helped us be so successful at the end of last year, which was running the football. Good open field tackle by Antoine Winfield Jr. Opportunity there for a big play. We were unable to capitalize. We just needed that one broken tackle. But there's a good first down run. Joey Hawley now with our first two offensive plays. Again, we are going to be, I would like to be a run-first football team. I would like to play more under center. They're creeping up a little bit. We're going to go play action here. Underneath the Holly now has been our entire offense. Oh my God, big hit on Holly there. Only a gain of a yard. And who's injured? Oh, I can't see. I think they're going to be creeping up. Let's get, I think, a screen pass. Might be pretty effective here. We have it set up. There's another first down. Just trying to make it really easy for Hutchinson. Give him some simple reads to start out. Because like I said, we were most successful last year when we ran the ball, set up the play action. And it's one of our new tight ends. Washington is injured. We'll keep him out there. We actually have some depth at tight end, so I'm not too worried about it. 2nd down and 3 upcoming. We've almost used up the entire first quarter on this drive. Not exactly have any explosive plays, but I like what we've done thus far. Have the safeties really creeped up now. So I tried to throw it to Holly here, but he, in typical Madden fashion, just runs right into someone. Like he has no actual visual awareness of what's happening in front of him. And so I'm spamming triangle right here, trying to throw it to him, but he's technically engaged, I guess, in a block, so I can't. He's the only open receiver. So that was definitely the play, but unfortunately it takes too long because the game is ridiculous sometimes. I digress. Let's open it up a little bit, but they're giving us such a weak box. I mean, that's a solid gain. Nothing big, but you don't necessarily have to. There's just no blocking there. What happens here? So we get a double team. The center or the left guard then goes up to the 2nd level. Also, I see this all the time, and it drives me absolutely nuts. But our wide receiver just runs right past the linebacker. I mean, what are you going to do? That's just Madden being a bad game. So it was a good read. I think it was the right read to go. It's audible to a run in that spot. We just get really dumb blocking. All right, so who is this guy? Are we going to get it to see? It's Alan Wembley, 81 overall. Okay, conservative decision making. Good to know. Last year we went with the nickel cover 2 man as our base. And so that is what we will do here as well. They're going to start off with a big gain downfield. They go play action, and it works to perfection. Trying to get outside. Good blocking from the right end, or from the right tackle, rather. Get these corners pressed up. Oh my goodness. Big hit from Tyler Newman, but like that should have been a pick all the way. Rifles this ball in here. But, I mean, defender 100% has a chance to reach out there and swat that one away. We just don't get an animation. Now another first down for the Bucks. They're getting these large chunk plays. And our run blocking has not been good either. Still think we're okay. I don't want to abandon the game plan just yet. But no one is stepping up to stop the run, and that was actually a touchdown. Oh, no. Okay. So they do call it back. We're going to run commit here. And it is. Ojulari sheds instantly and gets in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 on the play. They go with the run again. Ojulari with a hit, but cannot wrap up the ball carrier. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Bucks. Not a good start for the defense. We got carved up a little bit. Had, I think, some opportunities to make some plays, but really poor against the run, which is something that we're normally way better at defending. So I'll be curious to see how we progress there. A little antsy, though, after that. I still like the run against this light box. We just have to hope that we get better blocking. And, I mean, that's a 7-yard run to start. So a close game here after 1 quarter of play. They still seem to have no interest in loading up the box. And I mean, we're getting to it. You know, we're getting 5 yards a run or something like that. Oh my God. We had Neighbors one-on-one on the outside. I'm not sure what happened there. There was no blitz. That's our rookie right guard. He gets shed instantly. And we know he's not great at pass blocking. Now facing a 3rd down. Less than ideal circumstances here. We're going to leave Holly in the block. And again, we have Neighbors one-on-one. Was that the same thing? Right guard gets shed instantly. Holly doesn't even slow him down. We leave him in the block, and he just doesn't engage him at all. It's really frustrating. We might have to make a switch or do something, because we can't be giving up back-to-back-to-back quarterback hits. In real life, you know, guards don't give up too many sacks because they have a lot of help on the inside. But here in the game, I mean, Bowden's just sitting there and doesn't. This ball just goes right over Bowden's head, right here. And he doesn't even try for it. Like, Was there an update? These players are acting insanely unaware right now. There's a nice stop from Ojulari. Keeps them at 3rd down and 2. We'll come out in a blitz here. I'm not going to run commit. They go to a short pass underneath, and it is caught. The screen, not necessarily read well, but we played it well enough. All right. I mean, that's pretty tight coverage. Who's even playing wide receiver for the Bucks right now? Let's take a look. So they have Alan Wembley, sophomore QB. He's playing really well. They got, outside of Chris Godwin, Rondell Moore, I guess maybe could be considered a veteran, but 3 decent quality receivers. They're not particularly fast by any means. And Rashad White's still at running back. Their offensive line is really solid. That might explain why they're able to run the ball so effectively. I didn't think they were quite as stacked up, but it would appear that they are. And I mean, I don't know where our coverage is. We're pressed man to man. What is happening? That's number 80. It's just dumb, is what that is. Let's go to, we're going to go man alignment here. Maybe we do that. Maybe we're not going to be caught in some awkward positions. All right, we get blessed right there with the drop. BJ Stump is just not even within 5 yards of the receiver. I still think I still believe in going man. By overall, we are just fine with where we're at in overall. I think that's Dexter Lawrence might be injured on the play. Or McKinney, I'm not sure. But we finally get a 3rd down and long. And I'm actually going to go to the quarters package. Flood the zone. Pass commit. Can I get a hold, please? Oh my God. All day to throw. No one's there. It is Dexter Lawrence with muscle cramps. We'll keep him in. We cannot get any pressure right now. They go for a pack shoulder fade. It was actually pretty close. Is that going to be offsides on Ojulari? Not going to matter. That's another touchdown. That was offsides on Ojulari. The only reason why I moved him is because as I'm basically living in replay mode right now, is because this defender is lined up for some reason right there. And so I was just trying to get out of his way so I didn't bump him. End up, I guess, being over the line a little bit. So Tampa Bay takes an 11-point lead. Our rookie right guard is having a really tough day, and it's really hurt our pass game. We've had some opportunities. As Isaiah Simmons is going into the locker room now. But we've had some opportunities to get some passes out downfield. But we're hit as we're thrown literally every time. That is not hyperbole. It is literally every time. Beautiful throw threaded in to Malik Neighbors. He's a little slow to get up. And I don't know if there was an update, but it feels playing a little differently than we left off, but definitely still a good, talented Bucks team. Abdominal tear. So Isaiah Simmons is out. Bowden is in. And who does that leave now then at right outside linebacker? Bowden, Simmons. Buckner. All right, so I guess it's going to be... I don't really like any of these. Let's get Hall in there. He's at least a little bit more athletic. Hold on 1 second, please. I have to take a phone call. It'll be really important. It should just be quick. Hold on. All right. Appreciate your patience there. I had a family member who passed away, so my dad was calling to give me the update on the ceremony plans. All right. What in the world? All right. So we have a wide open receiver there, cannot connect. A wild throw from our quarterback. God hit again as we throw. Is that the right guard again? It is. We're going to have to make a change. I cannot not have time. It's also incredibly unrealistic that... Okay, sure. All right, who do we got that we can put in a right guard? They all suck at pass blocking. Okay. It'll have to be John Michael Schmitz, and he might just be the long-term starter because this level of play is just not going to cut it at all. Okay. So kind of an upgrade there, and we might just have to keep him there. 3rd down and 10. Could be 4-down territory here, honestly, depending on how close we are. No, we're hit again. Is this the same player? Yes. Like, oh my God. Okay. So I don't even think it's necessarily like our passing game. That's bad outside of that horrendous punt. It's just we can't get a throw off. Try and get something going here defensively. Finally, we have someone in on the coverage. Bobby Okereke there. Chris Godwin on the reception. Apparently, we just can't cover this year. We'll pass commit, see if that helps, but literally running the same thing we did last year, and we're really effective. But just not being so here. 2nd down and 4. And it's just these outbreaking routes. Like, they're just absolutely decimating our corners and man-to-man. Please be a pick. Please be a pick! What are you doing? Oh my God, dude. Just absolutely negative awareness. This should be thrown into... This is a double coverage throw. We have the safeties just sitting there. Of course, our corner gets beat. And then he doesn't even go for the ball. He doesn't go for the hit. He just steps up. The ball gets tipped in the air. Stump looks up in the air and sees it and then just doesn't do anything. Like, what is going... No, I'm not trying to quit. What is going on with our defensive backs this game? They just have, like, no awareness whatsoever. It's like... What are we doing? Like, actually, what are we doing? Hopefully we can actually block this time. We've been hit on almost every single pass attempt so far. My God, dude. They're just sitting in zone. But we don't have enough time for our players to get open. Finally get some time there. It's Malik Neighbors on the grab. Nice, Theo Johnson. A little extra time taken off the clock than I wanted, but we're getting the ball down the field at least. Just going to go with a short pass to Theo Johnson. He still picks up about 15. Gets out of bounds. Uh-oh. Is that Evan? Who is that? Michael Thomas? All right. So injury to the offensive line is absolutely devastating at this point, given our struggles. But we're nearing the end zone. Hit again as we throw. Like, what is going on with our offensive line? They don't blitz. They just send four. It's just... Apparently they have the best defensive tackle in the game. He is just constantly beating whoever we put at guard. Brandon Flowers, 22 years old. Let me see your ratings. Well, he has 95 finesse moves, so, you know, I guess that makes sense. But I just have to say it. Holy shit. Like, he's actually unguardable. Zip that in there. We got it. So we finally score a touchdown. Oh, God. Andrew Thomas with a high ankle sprain. He's probably going to be out for a few weeks. So it's 10-21. Tampa Bay is going to get the ball to start the second half. And I don't know if we need to just move to a zone, which our players are not equipped to play, because our entire focus is shut down man coverage. But that said, it hasn't been good. So, and it hasn't been good by a lot. Like, it hasn't even been close. So they go with a pass, but then they don't call a timeout. So they're just going to let the clock run. Okay. So apparently the Bucks are really good. Luckily, we don't have any turnovers yet. We just are getting pressured nonstop. Like, we're just constantly hit as we throw. We leave a running back in. He literally, like, we saw it. They just don't do anything. So we're going to try a nickel. Go with a cover 3 instead. Not a bad result there. We got to remember to have changed this, because otherwise you just end up with really, really stupid routes on the field. Or not routes, but like you'll have a guy on the right side that has the zone all the way in the left side of the field. It just doesn't make any sense. But we'll see what the Bucks do. They were really effective running the ball, starting off this drive with back-to-back passes. Okay. We're getting a little bit better results in zone. So I guess that's a good thing. Just waiting to see what happens when they run the ball. Just no one can shed the blocks. 9 for 53 for Rachaad White. Just not quite sure what the answer is here. We're also not getting any pressure on the quarterback. That's probably because we have QB contain on. But at least right now they're not getting the huge chunk plays through the air like they were in the first half when we were running man. So for now, I think we'll stick to a cover 3. Okay, I was going to say finally the defense reacting quickly to a run, but still have a gain of 5 yards. Maybe a little zone blitz action. Just trying to do something to mix it up. I mean, did we not have a free runner at the quarterback right there? I'm so confused. Yeah, we did. Oh my God, I can't focus on this player. I hate this camera so much. Oh my God, dude. All right, there we go. So is this Okereke? So he has an open lane, but instead just runs right into a blocker. It's good stuff right there. Broken tackle. Right now, I mean, there's just nothing that we can do right now that's effective. We're getting beaten zone. We're getting beaten man. All right, we got to figure out something. Like, our defense has yet to get a stop. So we started off with some pretty methodical drives, and they worked pretty well, but we have just been unable to get much going through the passing game, which is what we've had to rely on. All right. The screen pass is sniffed out. I mean, we got to be able to run against this. We do. There's a first down. All right, there's Johnson on the streak inside. Just trying to get the quick passing game going. Keeps us from he has like 99 juke move. And I did not even see a juke there. My God, we threw that one with, I would like to say anticipation, but it was more of just like a hope and a prayer that Johnson was going to end up getting open there. I mean, we're moving the ball really effectively right now. And we're sacked and we fumble. Luckily recovered. But our offensive line is just getting beat like a drum right now. There's no other way to put it. We're just losing every one-on-one block. And we just get a red throw for no reason. We'll leave Holly in here to block too. We got Malik. Please get the ball up, please! We finally have a deep shot open. Oh my God, I don't feel good about this at all. I don't think we got enough power behind it. We did? I can't tell if that was short. There's no... My God, it was... Wow, that must have just barely made it. Wow. It just shows you, though, the kind of leg he has, potentially hitting 60-yarders. All right, so, Jesus Christ. We've tried zone, we've tried straight up man, and nothing has worked really even close to being effective. So we're going to go back to man. We're going to try a man blitz. Maybe we throw some exotic looks their way. Get some pressure. Okay, I mean, I don't know if that had anything to do with the blitz, but we do end up forcing an incomplete pass. Oh my God, dude. Like, their receivers are not even close to being athletic as our corners. They're, like, I just don't understand what they're doing out here. Like, he just runs away from him. I don't know what else I can do. Like, our corners match up ratings wise, like, they have 380 to 85 wide receivers. We have 380 to 85 corners. They specialize in man coverage, and they're just getting absolutely just getting beat like a drum. We're not even close on our man assignments. Maybe we finally get some pressure, though. Is that Bowden coming in? It is. Bowden, the sophomore, comes flying in on the sack. Now maybe we can sit back and cover 3. I don't think we get home twice, but we'll pass commit here. We have to have a stop here, otherwise this game's like pretty much over if they score again. Okay, we managed to wrap up 3rd and 14. Please don't let him catch that. Oh, thank goodness he drops it. So we finally force a punt. I've been really impressed with Tampa Bay, though. I didn't necessarily think this was going to be an easy game based on the ratings, but their players are a lot better than what their overall rating kind of implies. And we have some struggles of our own. Like that, like, we cannot block. Who was it this time? The right tackle or the left tackle? I mean, he's a backup, so I guess. But we've got to have more time to throw. We might have a one-on-one shot here with Neighbors. We have to check it down. 3rd and 2. It's obviously 4th down territory here, so I am going to go with a run. We got absolutely stuffed. There's just, like, what are we blocking? Come on, man. Like, double team here. The guard, the wide receiver maybe reaches out, like something, but just no one even tries to get this linebacker. Not even an attempt to get after him. Underneath to the rookie, and he drops it! Oh my God! Oh. I gotta say, we've beat ourselves way more than the Bucks have beat us. It's not the quality of players we have. Ratings-wise, we match up with them. We're actually a better rated overall team. We just have been completely ineffective on blocking and on defense. Run blocking has been all bad. Pass defense has been bad. Like, what are we doing? What is that? What is this coverage? This is not like some like 70 overall rookie over here. He gets beat inside and like it's like he doesn't even realize that the receiver's not moving anymore. Oh my God, dude. Like, there's literally nothing I can do about that. We're going to need some sort of miracle. My God. We have been... I wish that they showed QB hurries or QB hits or whatever stat you want to call it, because I would wager a guess that close to 75% of our pass attempts we've been hit. One-on-one with Neighbors. We got the catch, but flag on the play. Please just don't be holding. Okay, we're actually going to decline it because we'll get more yards. So we take the results of the play. Finally get a deep shot downfield to Neighbors. And then another quick slant in. Neighbors is there. And then Neighbors in the back of the end zone. We got him. Line up for the 2-point conversion here. Johnson makes the grab. I mean, it's still a 2-touchdown game, but if we can just find it somehow in our defense to make a stop. But what do we do? I mean, about the only thing that's been effective has been a blitz. Oh my God, someone please stop him. The fact that like Dexter Lawrence has absolutely no impact on the interior is so frustrating. Like, why do we even have him if he can't stop the run or anything? We finally get some pressure though. The pass break up. I mean, we really don't have a choice but to try and send pressure. We got to have something happen. And maybe we get beat for it, but we have to at least try. They go with the run again. We're all over it. And we get to the quarterback again. Second sack of the day for Bowden. Not much of a pass rusher, and that takes us all the way down to the 2-minute warning. So this one's pretty much gone. Maybe we should have been blitzing earlier, I don't know, but I mean, last year that coverage worked. It's just, for whatever reason today, like, our corners have just been beat. They haven't been close. I mean, we saw one, it was just a simple curl, and the wide receiver sits, makes the catch, and our corner didn't stop. Like, that's the kind of ridiculousness that we've faced this game. We'll see what we do here. Obviously not going to give up. We still have some level of hope. They ran a robber and they almost robbed us. Hutchinson has like 95 throw power, and we're just consistently underthrowing our receivers. Oh my God, dude. I don't know if that qualifies as a drop or not, but it looked like it hit Neighbors right in the hands. It's a pick. Not a pick, but effectively is the same. That's going to be a turnover. And it looks like that's probably going to be, unless we get some sort of miracle, it's going to be our game 1 loss, starting off 0-1 for the second year in a row. And I think this might actually be the first time that we will have given up over 100 yards on the ground in this entire franchise so far. Normally very stout on the ground, but not today, unfortunately. We give up over 100 yards. We did get a couple sacks at some opportune times, but other than that, we just did not do enough. You can't give up 38 points and expect to win a game. And again, it won't show up on the stat sheet, but our quarterback was hit at least half of every pass play. At least. It's just been kind of a disaster. So we're basically just in a spot now where we're going to be taking deep shots with Malik Neighbors, pretty much regardless of the coverage. Great ball in there to Johnson, though. I mean, once again, just hit as we throw. Like, I know that's a blitz, but, I mean, that wasn't even like 3 seconds. I know in the NFL, things move quickly, but you got to think we got to at least have two seconds or so. We'll go ahead and call our last time out here. Take a couple heaves into the end zone. And hope for the best. Just an incredibly frustrating game all around. At least we got Malik Neighbors. That's going to be his third touchdown of the game, and a great ball from Hutchinson, honestly, on that one. Could not be placed any better, but we're still down 10. We have no timeouts, so there's really nothing we can do. We will attempt an onside kick. Let's try and get a high kick. We get a good bounce. Strip the ball. Nope. And they'll be able to kneel this one out, obviously. So we start off 0-1. That is tough. All right. So Hutchinson, only 19 of 40, 47% completion percentage. But again, he got hit on at least half of his throws. So it's not like he was super inaccurate. He just got plastered. Allen Wembley, sophomore quarterback, had a day, 23 of 30 for 271 and 3 touchdowns. Honestly surprised the completion percentage isn't higher. And then Rashad White, 16 for 104. They basically ran the ball at will. They passed the ball at will. I mean, we averaged 4.5 yards a carry, but they made plays when they had to. And really, it looks like it was distributed around to pretty much everyone. Again, their wide receivers are nothing special. But Malik Neighbors, 7 for 141 and 3 touchdowns. Theo Johnson got close to 90. And then Hyatt and Graham each had a few catches in there. 3 drops on the day as well, which is really tough. And then defensively, again, I don't think that they only registered one sack on the day, but it doesn't show you like QB pressures or anything, but if you did, it would be out of this world. Defensively for us, Juwan Beasley led the way with 8 total tackles, TFLs 3 for Bowden, including 2 sacks, 2 TFLs for Ojulari, 2 for Okereke. We've got to get more pressure off the edge and from the interior. We've got to. Blitzing out of the nickel actually seemed to be relatively effective, so maybe that's something that we go with in future games. We might have to test out. But, kind of our base defense, the nickel cover 2 man, just was not effective today by any means. So, I don't know. That was just really frustrating. That was like took me back to like season number 1 or part of season 2 when there was a game update and it was astounding how bad the CPU players played, especially in the secondary. So I don't know what to do about that. All right, so an unfortunate start to the season, especially after committing to making the playoffs. And then we have a new injury here. Isaiah Simmons with an abdominal tear. He's out for 4 weeks. And then tight end Duncan Sherman just out for the week. All right, so hopefully that means our starting tackles back in. And I really wanted to give our rookie right guard a start, but I'm a little worried. I want to take a look at the free agency pool for offensive linemen and see if there's anyone out here that might be a plug and play option. So Taylor Decker is our highest rated offensive lineman here, 78 overall, 33 years old. Pretty even run and pass block. I don't really want to like have people switch a bunch of positions. Like I know interior linemen excuse me, tend to switch positions somewhat frequently. Or at least they have the ability to. But I don't see anything here that's like really jumping out to me. Jack Conklin should be pretty good. He's okay, pretty even across the board. But again, he would just kind of be a stopgap solution, and I much prefer to have guys I can develop. So, and I don't want to panic after 1 week, of course. All right, so we're going to have We're going to have these guys move up the depth chart here. Slayton will fall down. He is a bridge player. All right, so left tackle, left guard, we know that's all set. And I think at right guard, it's going to have to be John Michael Schmitz. I really did not like him in year one, but he can run block, which is what we wanted, and marginally better pass blocking ability. So he's going to get the start over the rookies at right guard. Right tackle, we still have Evan Neal. And Andrew Thomas, I guess, was just injured for a portion of that game. So got to make sure to fix this because for some reason the game decided to switch our left end and defensive end. Okay. Thibodeau, Hall, Bowden. And then I guess Hall is going to be our starting outside backer. Corner, that was all set. Let's see, kick return. I'd like to get the rookie in here. I'll also get him some yards, some reps, some XP. And then Neighbors back in the slot. Okay, that's all good. Sub linebacker is going to be Bowden. All right, so now we have the depth chart set. Hopefully, we can resolve whatever issues we had. Be facing off against, looks like what'll be a lesser opponent in the New York Jets, only an 85 overall. So we'll see what that amounts to. Let's do our weekly strategy and get into that game. Let's see. Continue with those. And then, yeah, I'm okay with all this. Let's get into our drills here. Man, really frustrating game. It's one thing to lose, but to lose like when your players are just who were really good last year just all of a sudden just forget how to play football. I mean, I guess that happens in the NFL, right? Some weeks guys look like the best teams in the league, and then they just absolutely shit the bed the next week. Sick. Don't know if we're going to get gold here. Maybe one more 400 gets us there. There we go. Perfect. Just had a thought of maybe actually down Isaiah Simmons. It might be worthwhile to switch to a 4-3. That would get our best players on the field. Move McKinney back to the interior because he was drafted as a defensive tackle, but he has 75 speed or whatever. So maybe now's the time to make the move. I don't know. Have to think about it, I guess. It would be really weird for a team to move from a 3-4 to a 4-3 mid-season. Decisions. Because right now, like, and I think it's just because we have the contain the QB, which limits your effectiveness at getting pressure. But running the nickel blitz, like the man nickel blitz, at the end of last game seemed to be really effective. So maybe we try that before we switch, like, our whole defensive scheme. The Bucs also just had a really good offensive line. Better than most, I feel like, we face. Go. Last one here. All right. Let's see. 2-pass TDs is pretty easy. Again, our defense seems pretty suspect, so let's just try to allow less than 30 points, win the turnover battle, which thankfully we didn't turn the ball over at all last time. Like, we played a clean game that way. It was just our defense just couldn't keep up. Defensively, no injuries there. And offensively, just looking at like the XP values, like Malik Neighbors gets 461 bonus XP, I guess because Superstar X Factor. All right, backup guard gets a high ankle sprain, but other than that, no line issues. Got a few player upgrades here, and I think I'm actually going to call it for the night on the stream. I've had a really long, tough week, so I might just step away for a little bit. Really want my tight ends to be a lot better blockers, so let's start working on that. All right. We do have some staff points. Let's look at using those. What can we do with head coach Jeff Saturday here? So, offensive development, I mean, we've pretty much locked all those in. And then defensively, oh yeah. Let's start investing some points into that. So, investing a lot of points into our linebackers. And then next we'll have the final piece. So all players on your team count as scheme fits during training, which is nice. All right, so head coach Jeff Saturday continues to improve as well. All right, and I think we'll leave it there. Like I said, just going to step away. But we still got one game in, quite a bit. It was a 2-hour stream for just one game, but there was a lot to do headed into the start of the season. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. That was a tough first loss, but not a bad game. Just defense just kind of didn't show up, and our offensive line got beat. So I don't expect to hopefully have as much trouble with the Jets. They have a good defense, but their offense really isn't too much to get excited about. So hopefully our defense will have a better showing, but we will find out next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate your time, and I will see you guys in the next one.